monster, you say jam, monster, monster. Here when I say monster, you say jam, monster, monster. That's right, we got the green light, it's a party in the pit tonight. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. It doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the monster.
Hello everybody and welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana, inside of Lucas Oil Stadium. I am the Arizona Motorsports Junkie, and tonight we have 12 Monster Jam drivers ready to go to battle here in Beam NG Monster Jam. We have a very unique field here today, one of the most unique fields we have ever gotten to see on the channel. We have Tyler Menninga driving Gravedigger, Cynthia Gauthier in the Lucas Stabilizer, Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid, Bari Musawwir in Zombie, Linsey Weenk, one of two Lucas trucks here in the Lucas Oil Stadium, is driving the Lucas Oil Crusader. John Gordon is in Bad Company, Ryan Disharoon in Shaker, Kayla Blood driving Soldier Fortune, Charlie Pauken will be driving Monster Mutt, Bailey Shea will be driving Monster Mutt Dalmatian, and Travis Mowery will be driving Velociraptor.
When Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who chose to oppose his shield must yield. If he's led to a fight and a duel is due, then the red and the white and the blue will come through when Captain America throws his mighty shield.
And please welcome Tony Ochs driving Captain America. Taking a look at the lineup one more time here today. Again, this is a very good field of trucks. We have a couple drivers who have driven in a ton of events, but there's a lot of drivers who have only driven in a few. But most of these drivers have driven in at least one. The only driver here today making their appearance on the channel is Linsey Weenk in the Lucas Oil Crusader. But again, we are in Lucas Oil Stadium, so we have two Lucas trucks here today. Very exciting. And the competitions for tonight's event are the same as usual. There are three competitions for these 12 drivers to be battling in. We start off with racing, in which it'll be a bracket style competition where the 12 drivers will go head to head, and at the end of the day, whoever wins out of all those races is your winner. Then there's the skills challenge, in which these drivers can do their best attempt at a donut or a two-wheel maneuver. And then finally is Monster Truck Freestyle, where these drivers can do whatever they want on this track for 2 minutes, and they have to complete at least 30 seconds to be able to get a score. Now, we will start off with the racing competition, and here is the racing bracket. Here in Indianapolis, we started off with Bad Company and Bakugan Dragonoid, but as you see, there are 4 trucks who got automatic buys into the second round. Now, that is because there's 12 trucks in this field, so it's not an even bracket. Monster Mutt, Gravedigger, Captain America, and Shaker all got the lucky buy into that second round. We'll see if that'll benefit them or if it'll hurt them. But let's get started with round 1 of racing here today and the first matchup of the night. In the blue lane, starting it off, he has competed in so many events here on the channel. It's Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. And his opponent will be John Gordon in Bad Company. Now these two really good racers, and we are going to be rocking the paperclip style here today, but it is not the Chicago style paperclip where they do the whole hurricane in the middle. They're just doing coming off the tabletop. So I don't know if you want to consider a paperclip style, but regardless, here's the racing competition. Very excited to see who will take home the wins here today. Camden Murphy looking smooth, but John Gordon hanging in there. We take a look at the other side of the track as they will come around the final turn. Very close. What a race! Camden Murphy almost lost control, but held it together. And Camden Murphy got the win by the skin of his nose right there. And Dragonoid will advance into the next round. Man, oh man. That was a really good race. Now here in this next race, we have Travis Mowery in Velociraptor, as he will be taking on the opponent in the gray lane. Is Velociraptor pulling to the line? Is he getting a bye run here? Seems like Velociraptor's getting a bye run. Now his opponent, I think, was supposed to be Mutt Dalmatian, but if you paid attention in the open, Mutt Dalmatian had to get towed off the track, so it seems like Mutt Dalmatian is not going to make it back. Velociraptor getting the bye, Travis Mowery getting to feel out the track. He's essentially getting a free spot in round number 2. Good little feeler for him here. Not the cleanest of passes, but a win is a win, and Velociraptor moves on. Taking a look at the super glue to the action replay here. Looked pretty smooth, pretty solid. Clipped that final turning bump, but he will win the race. That's what happens when you're out there by yourself. The blue Velociraptor is your winner. He will advance into round number 2. We continue along with round number 1 of racing here today. In the blue lane, one of the 2 Lucas trucks, we have Cynthia Gauthier in the Lucas Stabilizer. Her opponent, the other female in the field today, it's Kayla Blood in Soldier Fortune. This is Kayla Blood's 13th appearance here on the channel, one of the longest tenured drivers here on this channel. But Cynthia, this is her 7th event, so 2 drivers who have competed a lot. They're off and ready to go. Now Kayla Blood, as you saw, turned her wheels before she came off of that tabletop. We'll see if that'll help her. Oh no, she spins around in the turn! Cynthia Gauthier, as long as she stays smooth and doesn't mess up, she'll win this race because Kayla Blood overdid it, and Cynthia Gauthier is your winner. The Lucas Stabilizer will advance into the next round. Not sure what happened there with the Soldier Fortune truck, but major mistake. That's going to cost her the race, so Lucas Stabilizer advances into the next round. That's Cynthia Gauthier. These trucks look really pretty here in Lucas Oil Stadium. The lighting in this building, very, very nice. Really highlights the tires on these trucks. Now, in the blue lane, we have Bari Musawwir in Zombie. And his opponent will be Linsey Weenk in the Lucas Oil Crusader. Linsey Weenk making his debut here on the channel. Bari Musawwir, though, this is his 9th event on the channel. He has 2 racing wins here on the channel. So Bari hoping to try and take down the newcomer, but we all know Linsey Weenk, and he is an amazing racer. Let's see if he can take home a win here in round 1. The final race of this first round. And Linsey Weenk, if you don't know, Linsey Weenk is one of the best Chicago-style racers in the sport, but Bari has a truck-length lead. Where is the speed coming from Musawwir? He is dominating. And he will win the race, so Linsey Weenk, one of the best Chicago-style racers, has been taken down by one of the sneakiest racers in all the monster trucks. Bari Musawwir is your winner in Zombie. So that'll cap off round number 1 of racing, and what a really solid round number 1. I mean, that was really, really good. These drivers looking fast. We only had 1 mistake, and that was from Kayla Blood. So you see Bakugan Dragonoid, Velociraptor, Lucas Stabilizer, and Zombie all will advance into that quarterfinal round. They will take on the drivers who had the bye runs. That's Monster Mutt, Gauthier, Captain America, Shaker. So it's going to be a pretty good battle, but the drivers in round 1 all look really fast. And if you had a bye run into the second round, this is your first chance driving on this track. Might be a bit of a disadvantage the way these guys looked in round 1. In the blue lane, in a truck he's driven many times, but not normally his prime area, it's Charlie Pauken in Gravedigger, and his opponent, it is Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid. These two going head-to-head, ready to tear up this Indianapolis track, starting off round number 2. There are still 8 trucks remaining in this bracket. We've got to cut off 4 more here in this round. Both of them looking smooth entering the first turn. Charlie Pauken, a long-time veteran of the sport, but will he be able to take down the young superstar? It's close. Now, Camden did not look super clean in round 1, but Charlie makes a mistake, but so does Camden. Who's going to recover quicker? They both had mistakes in the turn. Oh, my. They both, I think, got 5-second penalties. Both of them are flipping over. What in the world is going on? That was a wild race. I don't know who won. There have to be penalties assessed. And the other problem is, will either truck be able to advance? They both might have broken something. I mean, Camden definitely got a penalty. So did Pauken, which would mean that they probably negated, which means Dragonoid should be the winner here. But Dragonoid took a bigger tumble as Mutt was able to recover it, which you couldn't tell when you watched the original race. I don't know who won that race. And they're giving it to Dragonoid. The officials have spoken, but the question is, will that destroyed truck be able to come back and race? They'll have to look over that thing and make sure it's ready to go for the semifinals. So we might get to see Charlie Pauken back again. Continuing on with round 2, the black and green wrecking machine, driven by Tyler Menninga. It's Gravedigger and Travis Mowery in the beautiful blue and green Velociraptor, starting off this race here in round number 2. That Gravedigger who looks very flat, and Tyler's also very overstaged. Gonna restage him there. Now Travis Mowery trying to pull to the line. Now Tyler Menninga has competed on this channel a few times. This is his 5th event, but he's only won 1 competition in each. So he has 1 racing win, 1 skills win, and 1 freestyle win. Maybe he'll be able to increase his luck here today. They are very close right now. Velociraptor, dare I say, has a lead. That would be the shock of the century. Tyler Menninga is really trying to take over, and he does. Man, oh man, Tyler Menninga needed to put down a perfect final turn and be faster than he ever has, and he was able to take down Velociraptor. Gravedigger advances to the next round, but give it up for Travis Mowery. That was one hell of a battle for him, and that almost was a big upset in round 2. These drivers all on the road to the Monster Jam World Finals. They want to prove that they are worthy of being in that event, and Travis Mowery is certainly putting down a good pass there, but if he had taken down Gravedigger, probably would have helped him just a little bit more. Halfway through round number 2, and we have the special truck of the night, and I'm so excited for this one. It's Tony Ochs piloting Captain America, and his opponent is Cynthia Gauthier in the Lucas Stabilizer. Very, very cool to see the Captain America truck back on the circuit. What an awesome event to have this truck here in Lucas Oil Stadium, and his opponent is the Lucas Oil sponsored truck. So this is a battle of the red, white, and blue here in round number 2. Now you might remember in round number 1, Cynthia Gauthier got lucky. Kayla Blood spun out in that first turn, so she pretty much automatically won the race. Let's see if Tony Ochs can have a clean one. They're close, but Cynthia's winning it anyway. Cynthia Gauthier? Is she the fastest truck in this race? Yes, she is! Oh no! There goes Captain America! Oh God! Captain America shears off a wheel, somehow landed on all 4s, but that was a brutal finish to the race. Tony Ochs, first off, got to make sure he's okay. That was a wicked crash as Captain America got really, really out of whack there. So Lucas Stabilizer will advance. We're going to have to clean up the mess in the corner that is Captain America. He's got to get himself fixed for the rest of this competition today. Now this next race is the last one of round number 2. We have Ryan Disharoon and Shaker and Bari Musawwir and Zombie. Bari Musawwir was wicked fast in round number 1, but Ryan Disharoon is a really, really good racer. This should be a good battle. We've had ourselves a great night of racing as you see Ryan Disharoon getting himself ready for the green to fall off of that tabletop. Waiting for Bari Musawwir to get staged, and Bari Musawwir cannot get started. So something wrong with the zombie truck, and unfortunately for him, that is really, really disappointing because he looked so good in round number 1, but the problem was because he pulled to the line, that is going to be a bye run now for Shaker. If that was when Bari Musawwir was in the pits and he couldn't make it to the line, you would have a truck replace him, but unfortunately, he already pulled out there, so no one will get a chance to come back. Ryan Disharoon now going to get himself a bye run, and better to do that in round 2 because you don't have to worry about someone who had already competed on the track. You now get a chance to get a feeler of the track before you advance to the Final Four. And Shaker already kind of crab walking through this turn. Interesting approach, but he's looking fast. He's also looking all over the place out there. This truck is flailing around that final turn. Oh my goodness, Shaker looking all over the place, but looking quick. Oh my, saved it too. Well, Shaker just had a wild ride. I think he's probably thankful that he got a bye run there, because that was a bit of a crazy pass for Shaker, but he will advance. So that is the end of round number 2, which means there's only 4 trucks left. So let's take a look at the racing bracket as of right now. We have gone down to the Final Four after 12 trucks started, and round 2 was crazy. We had some wild crashes, some crazy races, but in the end, we have Monster Mutt and Gravedigger, Lucas Stabilizer and Shaker. One of those drivers will win racing in Indianapolis and take home the first 12 points on the road to the overall event championship. So let's start the semifinals. In the blue lane, Charlie Pauken in Monster Mutt, and in the gray lane, Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. One of them will advance to the finals. Let's go green. Charlie Pauken looking way smoother than Tyler Menninga right now, and it is really close. Dare I say, Monster Mutt has a small lead, trying to hold fast, but Tyler Menninga's so quick. But it's, wow, what a finish. I think Gravedigger might have gotten a penalty there, but it didn't matter. Photo finish. Monster Mutt's the winner no matter what. So going to that super glue to the action replay shows Charlie Pauken was your winner straight up. Monster Mutt's going to the final round, and the veteran takes down the young superstar Tyler Menninga out in the semifinals. All the Gravedigger fans a little disappointed, but guess what? Charlie Pauken, former Gravedigger driver himself. Now the final matchup in the semifinals. We have Ryan Disharoon, Shaker, taking on Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer. This is the first time Ryan Disharoon is going up against a competitor here in racing, but Cynthia Gauthier has had 2 amazing races. She's looked super fast all night. Neither of them really nailed that tabletop though. But Shaker, I think he might have just gotten a penalty. But Cynthia is way far behind. What's going on with that? So in a weird race, we're going to have to see the official ruling. Shaker crossed the line first, and he is the winner. No penalty is given. So Ryan Disharoon with a pretty fast and pretty handed victory over the Stabilizer, which means we are down to the final 2. This racing competition has been crazy so far. We've had some wild crashes, but it's been really smooth and really fast for the drivers who have been really quick tonight. We have 2 trucks remaining, and both of them have had very different nights of racing, as one of them has been super smooth and the other one's been really wild and all over the place. It all comes down to this. 12 drivers enter the racing bracket. 2 of them can make it to the final round. 1 of them can win the trophy here in Indianapolis. In the blue lane, he has been super smooth all night long. It is Charlie Pauken in Monster Mutt. And in the gray lane, he has been wild all night, but he's been able to make it to the final round. It's Ryan Disharoon in Shaker. If I had to put money on this race, I'd be putting it on Charlie Pauken. Something about this racing competition tonight tells me Charlie is just destined for it. Shaker's been so wild, has not been very clean, and it's really close, but Shaker a little bit slower over the first jump. Who will it be? The final turn will determine the race. And your winner tonight is Monster Mutt, Charlie Pauken. Smooth, fast, and the veteran skill paid off for this man. Charlie Pauken has a racing win here tonight. It is his 2nd event here on the channel, and it is his first racing competition win. What a night for Charlie Pauken, taking Monster Mutt to the winner's circle here in racing, that beautiful puppy dog has taken it home. Let's look inside the cab to see how Charlie Pauken managed to win this race behind the wheel. It is not easy to drive a 12,000-pound Monster Mutt truck, but Charlie Pauken was so smooth. I mean, he was dialed in all night long. You could see it in every single race. He knew this track inside and out and won here in Indianapolis. What a big victory for him as Charlie Pauken getting his second competition win ever on the channel. He has won at least one competition in his first two events here on the channel, so really a strong start to the career. Let's look at the overall point standings. Charlie Pauken grabbing 12 from winning racing here today. Ryan Disharoon getting 11 for coming in second place. Then Cynthia Gauthier, the Lucas Stabilizer, off to a good start with 10, but you got to look at that Tyler Menninga number. Gravedigger with 9 points, obviously very, very dangerous for the rest of the competitors here. Bari, Musawwir, and Zombie has 8, Tony Ochs and Captain America has 7, Travis Mowery and Velociraptor has 6, then Dragonoid has 5, Crusader has 4, Sultry Fortune has 3, Monster Mutt Dalmatian has 2, and Bad Company has 1. It is time for the second competition of the day. We will advance into the Skills Challenge, and here we have John Gordon and Bad Company. Now here in the Skills Challenge, you can either do one donut or 2 moves on 2 wheels. We'll see what John Gordon opts to do. He's going to do the 2 moves on 2 wheels. Trying to bicycle. John Gordon does these very, very well. On the sidewall, he's going slow on a wheelie. Good move for John Gordon. He still has 1 move left. Now the problem is, when you're coming out first, the fans don't really know what to expect. The scores are going to be a little bit lower when you come out first in this competition, regardless of what you do. Let's see what John Gordon does for the second move. Going for a bicycle again here off the racing lane. Getting a little squirrely. He didn't really get to walk it too far. Unfortunately, Bad Company's second move nowhere near as good as the first. It was an okay run. We'll see what the scores end up being. Definitely not an easy move to pull off, and he almost flipped her over on the first one. Now, that first bicycle was definitely an above-average bicycle. The problem was, the second one was a very below-average bicycle, so you put those two together and you get an average run, so it'll probably be about an average score. It's a bit above average for the score, an 8.274, a little bit higher than I would have thought. I probably would have given that around a 7.2, but still, Bad Company will get himself on the board with that number. Coming out next, she wasn't even able to compete in the racing competition here today, but she is back for the Skills Challenge. It's Bailey Shea, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Bailey Shea had some problems in intros. The truck couldn't start. They had to pull her off the track. Didn't get to race, so this is our first look at the other dog here in the field here today. Hitting the jammer. Is she going to try a slap? Really? Yes, she is. Executed very well. Now, the Monster Mutt Dalmatian truck has had some really good success here in this competition. Jamie Sullivan has been having a lot of the reps behind the wheel at the stadium level, but good to see Bailey Shea out here. But Bailey Shea has competed before. She was actually in the Halloween show last year in Orlando, Florida. This is her second appearance here on the channel. Going for the step up. Bailey Shea trying something a little different in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. I like that. We'll see if the number ends up reflecting well and if she can take home a win here in this Skills Challenge. But 2 different moves, which is obviously, I like to see that. I like to see drivers do something a little bit out of the ordinary. We see a lot of drivers just try the stoppies because they feel like that's going to get them the good score. I like it when a driver tries something different. We'll see the number, the score to beat, 8.274 from Bad Company. The score for Monster Mutt Dalmatian is a 7.713. Pretty good number. It's going to put her in second place. I like that. That's a respectable number there for Bailey Shea in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Coming out third, representing all of those who have served in the United States military, Kayla Blood in Soldier Fortune. Kayla has competed a ton on this channel. She has been in 12 events before today, and the only competition she has ever won is this one right here. She won 2-wheel skills in Birmingham, Alabama, so she has the ability to win, but coming out third, this could be kind of a sweet spot. I feel like if you put down a good run in third or fourth, you have a really good chance at winning. I'd say a really good place to be is coming out in the 3rd or 4th place spot. So we'll see if she can be able to get that done here. Looks like she's lining up for a popper. She does these a lot. She's typically pretty good with them and normally has some pretty exciting moves. She balanced that brilliantly. That was a perfect balance from Kayla Blood, and she is really, really working this move. This is great work. One of the best you'll ever see here in this competition. So that's the first move in the books, but Soldier Fortune still has one more. That was the best move we have seen tonight, but she needs to follow it up with a good second one. You can't just have one good move and then do really nothing on the second one. You have to follow it up with a second really solid move. Going big off of that jammer, but she's not able to get a great slap wheelie out of it. She kind of got too much of a sky wheelie. We'll see how the scores reflect. She really could have done something a little bit better. I'm disappointed she didn't try something else on the front 2 wheels. The disappointing thing is that first stoppie, the popper, was so good that she really had a chance of maybe securing a low 9, maybe a mid 9, but that second move wasn't great enough. I probably, with the scores where we're at right now, probably put it around an 8-8. So there's your score to beat. It's an 8.274. The score for Soldier Fortune, 8.494. So it is just enough to take first place, but you could see that second move really lowered her scores down a lot. Too bad. The Lucas Oil Crusader is coming up next. This is Linsey Weenk. Linsey Weenk does not have much experience here in this competition because he did not get to compete in it too many years, but he also never was really the best at it. He tried a lot of bicycles and slap wheelies. We'll see if he maybe learned a little bit since the last time he competed in Monster Jam. It's his debut here in Beam Monster Jam, though, so we'll see what he's able to do. Is he going for a stoppie? Linsey Weenk, never really a stoppie man, but he's trying one here today. I like it. The old dog learning new tricks here in the Lucas Oil Crusader. Beam Monster Jam fans, y'all are getting a new man out here. But it is Lucas Oil Stadium. He knows he has to represent well for all of those Lucas people in the house. Doing a very good stoppie. I mean, this is top tier out of Linsey Weenk here in the Lucas Oil Crusader. Really couldn't have walked it much farther. Now he's going to put it in reverse and moonwalk it. This is as perfect of a stoppie to moonwalk as you will ever see. This is a A+ stoppie. He going to move it back to the ramp too. That was, for your first move, that's a perfect 10. You cannot have a more clean move than that. So obviously he saw what Kayla Blood did and knew he was able to top it, and he did just that. But he needs to have a good second move here to finish the deal. We'll see if he can do just that. Going for the racing lane, a bicycle in store for Linsey Weenk. Oh my, he overdid it a little bit, but he's able to save it into a moonwalk! Wow! Linsey Weenk had no business doing that. That moonwalk came out of nowhere. He was practically set down, but the horsepower of the truck ripped it in the air, and the Lucas stabilizer with an impressive skills run here in Lucas Oil Stadium. This super glue glued to the action replay is action-packed here tonight. That was as good as it gets out of Linsey Weenk. My oh my. Fantastic job. I can't wait to see what the score is. To me, based on the scale we've seen so far, that's about a 9.45. That should be a big number. Soldier Fortune has that score to beat. Let's see the score for Crusader. 9.472, right on the money with what I thought, and Linsey Weenk has to be feeling great where he sits in the skills challenge. That theme song can only mean one thing. It is time for the Bakugan Dragonoid, and it is great to see this truck back, considering the condition it was in after that racing competition. This thing was flipped. It had barely any body parts left. Seems like all they had to do is just put some body parts back on, and the Dragonoid is ready to go here for the next competition. Let's see if Camden Murphy is able to grab himself a skills win here today. Going for a popper. Camden Murphy has only won one competition in the 8 prior events he's had here on the channel, and that came in Freestyle in New Orleans, so he would love to grab himself a skills win tonight. Now you have to remember, you have to compare the moves to the current leader, and that was a very solid stopping to moonwalk, but he didn't walk it nearly as far as Linsey Weenk did. They both walked it the same direction, and you see Linsey Weenk started it on that step up over there and walked it the same, all the way to the same spot that Dragonoid did, so pretty much half as impressive as what we saw from Linsey Weenk, but that's what happens when you choose that racing lane. You really can't do too much. Lining up for this backflip here, he pops it off. Oh no! That's one move! So he is done. He popped it off the backflip ramp and couldn't get a kick off of it. And look at what happened there. He never was able to get a kick. He got it off the ground, though, so that does count as a move. And unfortunately, his scores are going to be really down in the dumps for that. It's a 7.870. Too bad from Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid. I would have loved to see him have a better second move there. Thankfully for him, though, that first one was solid, and it will help out his scores, but not enough. But Linsey Weenk still sits in that top spot. It is now time for Travis Mowery in Velociraptor. Now, Travis Mowery had a bit of a surprise in racing. He was in the second round, and he took on Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger, almost beat him in that competition. So we'll see if he can follow it up with a really good skills run. This is his second appearance here on the channel. He also debuted in Orlando with his teammate Bailey Shea. This beautiful Velociraptor trying to combo it. Ah, he can't really combo it too well, but still a decent first move out of Travis Mowery there. Got a nice little stoppie. He was able to moonwalk it. I want to take a moment to thank all of you who are watching this and who have been showing the support for the channel. You guys have been great. As Velociraptor going for a bicycle. Oh no, he overdid it too much. Too bad. Unfortunately for him, he could not quite get the save there. He had a good bicycle going, but he overcooked it, hit the gas a little too hard, and it bounced on that left side of the truck. And unfortunately, when you do that, find yourself in a bad spot, and Velociraptor has overdone it here in skills. It's a 7.461. That'll place him currently in 6th. It is thriller time. Bari Musawwir in Zombie is hitting the track now. Bari going to do his classical zombie arms. Get him out. Get the zombie arms out. Bari wants to see him. All the fans here in Indianapolis ready to see Bari Musawwir go to work. Now, he had a really good racing competition, but unfortunately, when he made it out to the track for his final pass, the truck couldn't start, so it's good to see that he made it back out here for the skills challenge. This is his 9th event ever. He's never won a skills competition. But he does have 2 overall event championships, so don't count him out in that category just yet. He has been a man to try some donuts in this competition before, but I don't think he's doing that today. He's lining up for the jammer, so he's committed to the 2 moves on 2 wheels. Going for the slap wheelie and really executed it well, but that ramp got in the way a little bit, so that's going to hurt him from really having a solid slap wheelie. Doesn't change the fact that he is still really looking set for a good second move here. Bari always likes to try different things. Are those Chevelles in there? Going for a sky wheelie. Oh my, landed hard on the back end. Tried to get something more out of it, but really didn't, so just kind of 2 wheelies in that run. Look at the super glue glued to the action replay again. He could have walked this slap wheel even further, but the truck kind of twisted a little bit towards that ramp, and he didn't want to overcommit too much. And then this sky wheelie was a good one. Landed very hard on the back end there, unfortunately. Didn't really allow him to land it smoother, maybe walk a wheelie out of it. So there's that score to beat. The score for Zombie is an 8.418. That'll put him in 3rd place, so Zombie is not enough for him to take the top spot. Linsey Weenk, though, still in that top spot. You can hear Bad to the Bone playing in the background, which means it's time for Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. Tyler Menninga is ready to go here in this competition. He has a competition win here in the Skills Challenge. That came back in San Antonio. He only has 1 Skills win, and as I mentioned in racing, he has won 1 of each competition so far in his Beam Monster Jam career. Backing up a long way, lining up for that racing lane. I think he's going for a bicycle, trying to get a good run-up on it. We'll see if he can get a good bicycle out of it. Oh my, he's on those sidewalls. All right, oh my! He was able to save it. Good work out of Tyler Menninga. That was definitely not an easy save to pull out, but he was able to do it. Now is he going for a bicycle on the other side? You have to remember, Linsey Weenk had himself a phenomenal 2-wheel skills run. And we'll see if Tyler can get a great second move here on the sidewalls again. All right, he sets it down, but honestly, that wasn't the greatest of skills runs. It could have been a lot better, and Tyler just cannot quite seem to find the luck here in Beam Monster Jam translated over from actual Monster Jam. It's too bad, as the score to beat still belonging to Crusader, and Gravedigger will not take it over with an 8.300. It's not enough, so he is now in 4th place currently in this competition with only a couple of trucks left, but we'll see if that number is enough to keep him close to the top in the overall point standings as we enter into Freestyle. The next truck out is the second Lucas Oil truck here in the field today. This is the Lucas Stabilizer, piloted by Cynthia Gauthier. The chrome on that truck just shining here. Kind of looks staticky from this angle, which is pretty funny, but still the chrome looking really nice on this truck here in Lucas Oil Stadium. Got a whole bunch of Lucas partners here. They want to see the Lucas trucks do well, and the Lucas Oil Crusader is currently in the lead. That sway bar looking a little shaky on the front and left there. Nice stoppie. That truck looks so pretty from the top. The honky tonka doing a stoppie, and man, that is a really pretty look. Sets it down, but you have to compare to what Linsey Weenk did in the Lucas Oil Crusader. I mean, Linsey walked it all the way from that step up practically to the backflip ramp, and well, Cynthia Gauthier did not do that. So unfortunately for her, she's going to need to really make up for it in this second move. Gonna hit the car stack. This is a move here. She likes to do those combos. Whoa, over and oh my! Can she save it? Oh no! The truck is shut down. But a wild, wild ride from the Lucas Stabilizer. Let's look at it again. Almost fully over-rotated, square hit on the nose. 2 cage hits there. And that truck got shut off right before it was able to save it. Well, it wasn't the best of runs, but at least she went out with a bang and gave us a wow moment. So I have to give her some props for that. The Lucas Oil Crusader still reminding you of that score to beat. The score for the other Lucas truck is an 8.185. The Lucas Stabilizer currently sits in 6th. The next competitor in the Skills Challenge was the runner-up in racing today, coming all the way back from the pits, Ryan Disharoon, Shaker. See if Ryan Disharoon can grab himself a good skills run, because he has a pretty solid standings in the overall points competition right now. Finishing in 2nd in racing grants you 11 points, so he would do well if he was able to have a good run here. This truck sounds a lot louder right now. Oh, full send-off of the jammer! Well, Well, unfortunately for him, there was nothing on two wheels there, so that's really not going to help him. But he still has one more move left, but he's going to need to pull out one of the greatest of all time if he wants to have a win here. I feel like I gotta be screaming over the sound of this motor. How did this truck get so fast? Oh, it looks like they cut off the mufflers on the end there. That's funny. Goodness gracious, thing's so loud and a huge sky wheelie. But Ryan Disharoon came out in full send mode here in the skills challenge, and while it doesn't really do too well two-wheel wise, that was a lot of fun, and I had a blast. That's the move of the night. That sky wheelie was incredible. I don't think it's going to be enough to take the lead, though. Score to beat, 9.472. Shaker's score is 8.446. He was able to get third place currently with that. And with one truck left to go, Ryan Disharoon's got to be so proud of himself. He really didn't do too much on two wheels, but that second move was so exciting, and both of them were just breathtaking. But now the last competitor here in the skills challenge is your racing winner from tonight. It's Charlie Pauken in Monster Mode. Let's see what he does here in the skills challenge to try and take home his second win of the day. Now Charlie Pauken entering tonight had only competed in one event, that was in New Orleans, and he won the two-wheel skills competition in that event. Let's see if he can get a win here tonight. If he does, he will have gone 2 for 2 in competitions and grabbed himself a double down. Those are very elusive in Monster Jam today. However, in the last event we did in Oakland, Weston Anderson grabbed a triple down, so that's a very, very rare feat. So Charlie Pauken needs to win this competition to try and have back-to-back triple downs on the channel, going for a stoppie. Throwing it back. Oh, good wheelie. Very good combo. Throws it back down onto the stoppie. Very smooth. Very, very solid run from Monster Mutt there on that first move, but he's still got one more left. We'll see what he decides to do, because he's going to need to have a really good move here. Weenk has been just sitting pretty in that top spot. You might forget what Weenk did, but he walked that stoppie all the way from the step up all the way to the end of the track and then moonwalked it back. Going for a bicycle. Aw, man, didn't really do anything on the bicycle. So Monster Mutt, I don't think he's doubling down here today. But the first move was good, so I think he might get a decent score. You have to remember that the scores have been pretty low in this competition, aside from that Crusader score, so that might help out Charlie Pauken in the overall point standings if he is able to maybe grab himself a higher number, maybe finish in the top 5. So it's a pretty big score coming in. While I think that Weenk will be the winner here in this competition, in his first ever competition on the channel, his first ever event, we'll see if it's enough for Monster Mutt to get towards the top. He will. Second place. 8.591. See, I heavily disagree with that number. But at the end of the day, Weenk was the deserved winner, and that's really all that matters. He won the competition fair and square, but that's going to help Charlie Pauken out a ton when it comes to the overall point standings. Let's look again, and one more time, your two-wheel skills winner, Weenk, the Lucas Oil Crusader. This amazing move just walked it forever. Nothing was able to stop Weenk from really having a beautiful run. And it was, I mean, there was no question about it. He had the best run of the day, and I'm glad that he was able to win it, as he deserved to. This move was amazing, and then he went for the bicycle. And I actually kind of forgot that he did this bicycle and then was able to pop it into a moonwalk from literally nothing. That was just amazing work out of the Lucas Oil Crusader. And Weenk taking home his first competition win here on the channel in his very first event. So we look at how the overall point standings sit right now. And with that win, it puts Weenk currently in third place in a three-way tie with Zombie and Gravedigger. But sitting at the top with 23 points, 1 point off of a perfect event so far, is Charlie Pauken in Monster Mutt. And then Ryan Disharoon is still sitting pretty in second. So the drivers who finished in the final 2 in racing looking really good going into freestyle. It's going to be really hard for either of them to get beaten here today. And then we look down the rest of the field. Cynthia Gauthier had 15, Kayla Blood had 13, Camden Murphy 9, Travis Mowery 8, John Gordon 7, Tony Ochs did not compete in the two-wheel skills competition, so he will also have 7, and then at the bottom with 5 is Bailey Shea. Welcome back, fans. We are here in the freestyle competition, but before we get there, we're going to take a look at the overall point standings one more time. As you see, Charlie Pauken will enter this competition with 23 points. A very good number for him, and the Monster Mutt truck will be in a really good spot to win the overall event championship today, but we've seen crazy things happen. This is B Monster Jam, everybody. You never know what's going to go down in the freestyle competition because there are so many great competitors here, but it looks like it's going to really come down to Charlie Pauken and Ryan Disharoon because the likelihood of Linsey, Weenk, Bari, Musawwir, and Tyler Menninga making up 8 points or 7 points over Charlie Pauken, pretty unlikely here in this competition. But who knows. All it takes is one failure from Charlie Pauken in this freestyle competition and those other drivers having a really, really good run. Oh, we're doing the up and down thing. Everyone move your hands up and down. Come on. Up, down, up, down. Here we are, all flailing together along with the beat because, you know, this is Monster Jam and we have to have as much fun as we possibly can because it's the only way to do it. And getting ready to come to the floor is our first competitor here in the freestyle competition. That is right, it is freestyle time. Starting us off is Bailey Shea, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Bailey Shea is ready to go. You need to complete 30 seconds of your 2-minute freestyle run in order to compete for a score. We want to see you use all the obstacles out here. Let's see how Bailey Shea does. Our first run of the night, and she is off and running. Again, you have 2 minutes on the clock. It'll be in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. If you watch that, you'll know how much time is left, and once there's 90 seconds left on that clock, you'll know that they've completed the 30 seconds in order to be able to get a score, in case you don't know how to do math. So 20 seconds in already, she's now launching it over that racing lane. Bailey Shea, here her second time competing on the channel. Doesn't have a competition win, and she is our lead-off freestyle competitor who will now qualify for a score. Bailey Shea been driving monster trucks for a very long time. Nice to see her getting some reps here in Beam Monster Jam. Like that combo. Nice sky wheelie. Used that log very, very well. Bailey Shea spent a lot of time in arenas in Monster Jam, so it's nice to see her getting the chance to drive on a big floor. She originally drove the Scooby-Doo truck, so very cool to see her competing out here in Lucas Oil Stadium in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Got a little bit lost there. She's kind of in a weird spot where she's hitting things a little bit crooked, which is not only disrupting her momentum, but really not providing any good moves. Still got 40 seconds left, though. Nice air, landing in a weird way. Ow, that had to hurt, but the truck is all right. Jumps over the Chevelles. Flying over the racing lane now, so with 23 seconds left, we're seeing Bailey go a little bit faster, getting a little bit bigger air. Again, when you're coming out first, the goal is just to have the best run you possibly can. Set the bar for the remaining 11 drivers, or however many there are left in the field. Could be her last move here, going for that transfer jump. Very nice air. Gonna combo it right at the end. That was an okay run there for Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Solid lead off to kick off the freestyle competition today. Give a round of applause for Bailey Shea. It was a pretty decent run, but I don't think there was really anything to put her over the edge there. That's pretty much, I would say at the end of the day, that's probably a 7 flat for me if I had to give her a score, because quite honestly, good run, nothing really over the top, but I like it. It gave the fans a taste of what is to come here in the freestyle competition, which is typically pure and utter chaos. And if what we saw in racing today is any idea, well, we've got some chaotic stuff coming up. So Monster Mutt Dalmatian, after looking at the replay, she'll get an 8.184. We've had some very generous numbers here to start off these competitions, but that's okay, as long as the rest of the numbers are kind of fair around it. That's really all that matters. Your next competitor here in the freestyle competition, don't know what this theme song is, but I think I have an idea. Yes, it is Captain America coming back from the pits. Now, some of you might forget, Captain America had himself a wild tumble in the racing competition. Didn't get to compete in skills because of it. Sheared off that front left wheel. He's got a brand new wheel on there. And this truck is looking good. They put a brand new body on it too, so they really want to have this Captain America truck looking pretty. Lucas Oil Stadium. Here comes Tony Ochs. Oh, I was ready for him to go big after I said that, but he didn't. He's lining up for the step-up ramp, or at least the long side of the step-up. He's backing up for it. So Captain America? Captain America can't fly. Is Tony Ochs ready to fly? Oh my goodness, Captain America's flying to start off his run. For those of you who don't know, in Marvel, Captain America cannot fly. He's not a flying superhero. So for those of you who don't follow superheroes or Marvel or Captain America, well, now you know. I'm a big Marvel guy myself. Big fan of the Marvel franchise. Captain America, one of my top superheroes. I am an Iron Man guy, though. I will always die an Iron Man guy. But Tony Ochs could quickly convert me into a Captain America man with a really good freestyle here, hitting that transfer. Haven't really gotten to give you any info on Tony Ochs here because he only competed in one race tonight, but this is his 4th appearance here on the channel, and he does have a freestyle win. That came in an arena event in Gilbert, Pennsylvania. He also won 2-wheel skills in that event. It was his debut event, so nice to see Tony Ochs getting some pretty good success in his debut event, but now he's in a bigger event. This is a stadium. Much more difficult competition, and a lot more you have to do to be able to get a win. Still 50 seconds left on the clock, and really so far not much, but he hits that jammer with a nice bit of authority. I like that. This track is all about manufacturing wow moments. You have to go a lot bigger than you would imagine to really get those great runs here in freestyle, because this track really is more about getting just smooth, consistent 2-minute freestyles. Most of the drivers who compete on this floor will complete the clock. That's just the way it goes. Captain America getting a little wild. He's on one wheel. Oh man, if he was able to put that thing in reverse, we would have had a nasty save there, but unfortunately, Captain America tumbles over and really didn't put up much of a fight. I have to say, he didn't fill the clock and really didn't do anything better than what Shea did. It was a good run, and at the end of the day, I'm just happy to see Captain America. Really, really cool to see this truck out here. Look at inside the cab of Captain America for this last move, what ended up being the downfall. Here's what it's like to try and save a truck. Oh my, yeah, not easy to do. I don't think I'd be able to save it if I was driving it, so Tony Ochs flipped her over there. Let's see the number. Give a shout out to our dirt crew there, getting Tony Ochs' truck back on all fours. The truck has had 2 tumbles today and looks no worse for the wear. Score to beat, Mutt Dalmatian. The score for Captain America, first place, 8.426. That, okay. He's your new leader. Interesting. Well, good for Tony Ochs and good for Captain America. Hooray. Next competitor here in freestyle. I feel like we've barely even gotten to see him here today. It's John Gordon in bad company. John Gordon has not had much of a long appearance here today. He came out first in the skills challenge. He was knocked out in the first race of the night in racing, so I want to see John Gordon put on a good freestyle here. Going nice and big to start off his run. Truck got one of them louder exhausts too. That's pretty funny. Nice air. John Gordon in bad company. Pretty good freestyler. He does not have a freestyle win on the channel, but he's off with some big air so far. He fully cleared that center ramp. It's a pretty big deal when you can clear the pod off of that transfer. Gonna hit the pod pretty sideways there. Oh no! Oh no! Save it, John! No! What a terrible night for the bad company truck. Whew. Tough showing from John Gordon here in Indianapolis. That is not good. Some days you just don't have your best one, and today was definitely not that. Fully cleared that center pod, but well, that didn't really help him much because he hit this center pod the next jump a little bit too sideways and tried to save it, but got a little too close to that wall and thankfully was shut off before he hit the wall. And too bad, John Gordon in bad company, man. Not the night he would have liked to have. Oh well. Score to beat still Captain America. He just came out. And the score for Bad Company, 8.400 is generous, but at least it wasn't your top spot, so that's good. I will say, though, I mean, it was obviously the best run in the time that he was out there, but he only drove for 50 seconds, so you have to keep in mind how long he was on the floor. I mean, only driving 50 seconds, you shouldn't even come close to that top spot. Too bad for John Gordon, but it's just, that's what happens. These are monster trucks. They break. They don't do what you want them to do. Here is Bari Musawwir in the zombie truck. Let's see what Bari can whip out. Now, Bari Musawwir, a sneaky racer, but he's also a sneaky freestyler. I would probably say Bari Musawwir, one of the sneakiest drivers in all of Monster Jam. This guy can win any competition at any time, at any given moment. You never know when it's going to happen. He does not have a freestyle win, though, here on his Beam Monster Jam career. He's got 2 overall event championships, no freestyle, so maybe today he can grab number 1. Captain America Tony Ochs still in the top spot. Zombie begins his attempt at overtaking that top spot and trying to win a freestyle competition here today. Lucas Oil Stadium has had a pretty good event so far, but realistically, racing stole the show. We need freestyle to pick things up here a little bit faster because we have not had the greatest overall content in this event. But I will say, I've got to give a shout out to my boy Amari, who is the one behind the scenes doing all the work. He has done a great job on this event. He's quickened things up. The pace has gotten a lot better, and this has been, production-wise, the best event we have had on this channel so far. So happy to be a part of it. Thank you all for watching it. This has been a blast, and if you've stuck around thus far, well, you guys are truly the legends that make this channel possible. We've got some big things still to come. It's going to get bigger and bigger by the event. So make sure you're here for it. You're not going to want to miss it. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, because we do events like this quite frequently. A lot of time and effort goes into making these events, and your support means the world to us and allows us to be able to keep doing these awesome events, and makes us want to keep doing these awesome events. Already going for a nice transfer here. That was a really good combo. This is a good run, but we have not seen anybody go above and beyond and get a big wow moment in freestyle so far. Everyone's kind of just played it safe and had a textbook start to finish freestyle. We have not had a backflip yet either. And as I say that, Zombie gonna try the backflip. He kicks the mouth off and kicks it twice. But a good backflip. Got no bottom jaw on the Zombie truck. Just top teeth. Gonna be tough to chew there. Whoa! Hits the step up sideways. Saving it maybe on the sidewalls. All right, there's the wow moment. Well, the wow moment came at the very end, and now he's just full sending it. And I told you, watch out for this man, Bari Musawwir, up and over. What a wild ending to that run. It was a textbook Bari Musawwir freestyle until the very end, where he decided it was time to go chaotic. That was great. And that is how you lay down a freestyle run. And it all started really with the backflip, kicking that mouth. Get that thing out of here. Just love seeing the mouth just shearing off and then smacking it with the rear tailgate. That was funny. But then he just decided to go big. He obviously had that step up in mind, and oh man, my stomach's gonna drop just watching this. Whoa, baby! I mean, you're just staring at the roof. He had no hope of saving it, but somehow the truck ended on the sidewalls, and that was a brilliant save. And then once you've done that, you can just put your foot to the floor and crash out. I mean, there's really nothing better to do there than just flip the truck over and make sure that that truck has to get carted off the track, and that's what he did. And he only left 8 seconds on the clock, so at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that he didn't fill the clock. That was an amazing run. I'd probably give that about a 9.4. I mean, he didn't really do too much till those last 30 seconds, but the last 30 seconds carried. So Zombie is certainly going to look pretty good, and if he doesn't take the lead here, we riot. But he's going to, obviously. 9.380, that is right on the nose of what I thought that score should be. So that is great. I love the number from Zombie. Leaves room for other drivers to do it, because honestly, at the end of the day, in Beam and G, you could see way better freestyle runs than that, but that was a really good one. We'll see if it holds up. Next up is Soldier Fortune. This is Kayla Blood. Now, Kayla Blood is a very good freestyler, and she's competed on this channel so many times, but not a single freestyle win in the BeamNG career here for her. Will tonight be the night she gets #1? Bari Musawwir currently in the top spot, and Soldier Fortune is off. Now, Bari doesn't have a freestyle win either in his BeamNG Monster Jam career, so one of these two drivers will be leading it with a chance of having that first one after this. Very nice there. We've seen a couple drivers combo that all night, and it's a really good move to combo. It looks great, especially from this camera angle. Headed straight to the Chevelles. Ooh, man, those Chevelles are getting a little bit of a beating tonight. She's officially qualified for a score as well. And again, we've seen so many drivers kind of take this approach of taking it easy for the beginning of the run, but she's definitely not taking it easy. I don't want to overlook what she's doing. She is certainly not just pitter-pattering around, but she's also not going full throttle and full send mode. We're maybe at about 80% right now. Well, most drivers have been giving it about 65 to 70, so I'll take it. Nice use of the long side of the step-up. She certainly knows how to use the full floor, and she also knows how to keep you engaged throughout the entire run, even while not going 100%. Very good air, but still with 30 seconds left. We need to see that wow moment come in here now. We also need to see a backflip. If she wants to take a lead, I should say. She need to do a backflip. Going for those racing lanes. They're a little bit more lower cut here today, so the racing lanes are more of long jumps here than high jumps, which is definitely a change of pace. She might be going for the 8-pack backflip, which is on the side of the step-up ramp. She's got about 10 seconds to do so. Does back into the wall, but that's okay. There's the 8-pack. She's a little short. Okay, good control. But at the end of the run, there was nothing else there, and the 8-pack was nice. It was neat, but that was really just a textbook freestyle. That was just decent all the way around, but could have been a lot better. I have to say that was an okay run. Lucas Oil Stadium, that was probably definitely the second best run we've had of the night, but I want to see more drivers do what Bari did and really go full send, but it takes a really good set of momentum to get going, and you also have to be a little bit fearless. This track could be a little bit cautious. You know, we've seen a lot of drivers really be cautious because this track could be really a ripper. I mean, if you go too hard too early, you'll flip it over. It can lead to some hard landings, so you don't want to see that. So Soldier Fortune's run is complete. Score to beat, belonging to Zombie with a 9.380. Soldier Fortune gets an 8.987. Pretty good number there for Kayla Blood. It's going to place her currently in second place, and the truck, no worse for the wear, will drive off the track and not a scratch on it, so that thing's ready to put in the trailer and load in for the next event. Coming out next in Freestyle, currently leading the overall point standings and is 1 point off of a perfect event, this is Charlie Pauken in Monster Mutt. Charlie Pauken won the racing competition here today, finished second in the two-wheel skills competition. So this is a big freestyle. This is a really big freestyle for the point standings. He's shut down. Oh no. The RII has been hit on the trucks, as you can see the flashing light in the windows there. Now Charlie, he has a 3-point lead over Shaker and a 7-point lead over the trucks tied for third. He has a really good chance at winning the overall event championship here today. Realistically, as long as he fills the clock and has a good run, he'll probably win, but he needs to make sure he's enough over Ryan Disharoon, and Ryan Disharoon's probably going to go pretty big here. But if Charlie Pauken flips over early, that puts the overall event competition in full flux. We have no idea what will happen then. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on those guys that are in that tie. Dragonoid and Gravedigger are two of them. But Charlie coming out strong. You can tell he doesn't want to leave any doubt. He wants to make sure that he wins this competition, because not only does he want to have another trophy, but he wants to make sure that these fans know he didn't just get that overall event championship because of luck and, quite honestly, a balloon two-wheel skill score. He wants to prove that he was the best driver in Lucas Oil Stadium. Oh my, that almost got a little bit hairy for the dog. That dog almost just flipped her over. Can't be doing that. But he's definitely going a little bit harder than I thought I would. We're seeing like about 85% right now out of Monster Mutt, which is the highest we've seen out of anyone to this point in the run. And especially for a driver who has so much on the line in terms of overall points, it's nice to see that he's really not worried too much about it. He is still going to go out there and make sure these fans get their money's worth in freestyle. Halfway through the run here. He is really hitting everything pretty hard and not hitting it really straight either, and it hasn't bit him yet. The truck has been able to stay smooth and stay on all fours and keep going. No problems, no breakage, so he's really been good, and I love the way he's approached it. And now throwing in a little stoppy combo in there, he is setting himself up for a nice run, and if he throws in a wow moment at the end, might be able to take the lead, because so far, second for second, this has been better than Zombie to this point in the run. Tries a little moonwalk after the backflip, very smooth. Nice air off the transfer. Monster Mutt, not much time left to make something happen. If he wants to win freestyle, he's got to make something happen, but I think he's already done enough to really hold himself strong in the point standings. But this has been a very good freestyle, and easily, without the wow moment in there, this has been one of the best runs of the night, and he will finish it off right there. And I've got to say, overall run combined, culminating everything from second 1 to second 120, that was the best full freestyle we've had, not including Zombie's wow moment, because he just really filled it from start to finish with big air, and that's what I like to see. That was the kind of freestyle I've been waiting on all night long, and while Zombie had the wow moment I wanted to see, Monster Mutt put down the run that I wanted to see. It's too bad he didn't get the wow moment, because his number will probably only be about a 9.2, but still, very solid freestyle, and honestly, while I think Zombie deserves the lead, if Monster Mutt took the lead here, I would not be complaining, because that was a much more full run than what we saw from Zombie. Now, don't get me wrong, Zombie deserves to stay in the lead, but I won't be too upset if Monster Mutt takes it over. We'll see what the score ends up being. We'll remind you of that Zombie score, 9.380 is your current leader. Monster Mutt's score is enough! 9.493. Now, let me tell you, I wasn't going to complain. I'm going to complain about that score. Whoever is scoring tonight is clearly a very big Monster Mutt fan, because you guys have really, really been overscoring him. And if you're watching the video and you scored that run, well, let me just tell you, you're probably not doing a good job. So here comes Velociraptor. This is Travis Mowery. He is your next freestyler trying to take down Monster Mutt. We've got the Monster Mutt fan club judging the competition today as the blue Velociraptor will start off by hitting the Chevelles. I think that's what they are. They might not be, but they look like them. Travis Mowery's had a pretty good day today and a good freestyle here. I think we'll leave a really nice taste in my mouth, like a nice chocolate cupcake at the end of the day. I feel like Travis Mowery can have that kind of freestyle run. This is the chocolate cupcake of this freestyle competition here. Let's just hope it's not a stale one. Nice air! Whew! Are we sure that this is Travis Mowery driving this truck? Because Travis Mowery has suddenly become an all-star out there with the way he's been competing today. While the numbers don't show for it, what a great night. I mean, this is a really good run. Velociraptor really on par with what we saw from Monster Mutt, and the fans, the judges, are clearly valuing the full freestyle, which I think is good. I'm not hating on the fact that Monster Mutt took the lead. We've just seen some really high Monster Mutt scores today compared to what they should have been, which I think is a little disappointing. Nice air from Velociraptor. I have to say, this, I'm going to make the bold statement, prettiest truck on the floor tonight doing a save. This is the prettiest truck on this track tonight. And Travis Mowery is driving it like a madman, going for the step up. I don't believe Travis Mowery today. The big air on the step up. He's still got 30 seconds to go. We might have a new leader here, which is fascinating to say after what Zombie did earlier on. Going for that backflip. 16 seconds left. And that was a clean backflip and a backflip to moonwalk. Okay, no. Ryan Anderson's driving this truck. Y'all can't fool me. 6 seconds left, and he's going full send mode. Now this is a great freestyle, and if Monster Mutt took the lead from Zombie, this needs to take the lead from Monster Mutt. That was a better run than what we saw out of Charlie Pauken, and man, what a night from Travis Mowery, and the chocolate cupcake was, in fact, a delicious one at the end of the day. That was a really amazing run, and the taste in the mouth is fantastic. What a night from Travis Mowery. That was a statement of a night. He had that little one-wheel save, the backflip to moonwalk. This run had it all, and if this isn't the new leader, well, I'm throwing the judges away forever. I've already hated on the judges enough for these events. You would think that they would learn from the criticism I've given them, but let's be real here. Clearly they haven't, and, well, maybe they need to listen. But we'll give them a chance to recover. They need to get this right. That's not the proper number for Monster Mutt. It was a 9.4. But that is still enough for the lead, so that's all I care about. 9.582. Congratulations, judges. You've won me back over. You did it right. You did it right. And I appreciate that. I genuinely believe the man who deserves to be in first place is in first. You redeemed yourself. They felt bad. I appreciate it. Here's Cynthia Gauthier driving the Lucas Stabilizer. Now, the score to beat is a high one right now. It's a 9.582. So what that means is there's really no room at all for anything. I mean, you've really got to put down a bonkers run if you want to win freestyle here today. But the great thing is this isn't actually judges zone. You can give a 9.999 from our judges, but we'll see at the end of the day if someone's able to overtake Velociraptor and if it'll be Cynthia Gauthier. Hitting the Chevelles, the honky-tonka, launching it off of the old school cars. I like that. Nice air. Cynthia's truck is really demolished after her wild ride in the skills challenge. She did that crazy combo that rolled her over. Got her a pretty nice number, too. Whoo, boy, what a nose pick. Nose pick was something else. Oh no! Oh man, save it! Barrel rolling! Oh dear. As the body flies into the stands and hits civilians, that was a wild ending to the run for the Lucas Stabilizer, and unfortunately for her, it ended so early and she didn't do anything else until that point. Too bad, because that was just getting going. I mean, that nose pick was good. I take it back. That was a great nose pick, but it just ended right here on this wild move. I mean, it wasn't really anything crazy. She just got kicked up in a wrong spot and almost did a complete double barrel roll as the body just tumbled into the fans and hit about 25 civilians. That is going to end the run there for the Stabilizer. And, well, Cynthia Gauthier has officially ripped the entire body off, aside from those panels that are permanently on there. So I will say she took this truck and destroyed it. But an 8.513, not the ending of the night, but she certainly took carnage to the next level. So I appreciate that from Cynthia Gauthier. And that would be the end of Stabilizer's night. But there's still one more Lucas Oil truck to come, which we will see a little bit later. Now, a man who's in some serious points contention right now and needs to take the lead here if he wants to win the overall event championship, Ryan Disharoon and Shaker. Now, to keep you reminded of where the points are, Shaker enters this competition 3 points out of the top spot. I forgot I've got to yell for this run because Shaker cut off the mufflers, which is okay. Holy cow, this thing is loud. I'm sorry if you can't really hear me. Thankfully, we're kind of far away, but when he gets closer, it's going to be like, oh boy. I should just not talk when the truck's nearby. Well, the truck's going to be nearby a lot, so I can't do that. So, Shaker 3 points down entering this competition. Now, Charlie Pauken and Monster Mutt sits in second in this competition. In order for Shaker to win the overall, he needs to place 3 positions ahead of Monster Mutt. So if he takes the lead right now, he needs one more driver to get ahead of Monster Mutt, and then Shaker will win that overall event championship. But it requires him to have an amazing run, and it requires someone else to have a run better than Monster Mutt, but not better than Shaker. We'll see if it ends up happening. It's a lot of math and it's a lot of what-ifs, but we'll see if it can get done, because Shaker has been full sending it today. Neat little save. Saved it from flipping over. We saw him in the skills challenge. He got a really high number because he just went full throttle into the step up. Kind of like that. He was a little bit bigger in skills. But I love that he's going big here with still 60 seconds on the clock. We might have a new leader here. You could see that there's certainly a fire under the behind of Ryan Disharoon in this competition. Full send off of the transfers, clears the ramp, and really smooth transition to not go too hard into that combo. The scream and shaker, oh my, hit that a little awkward. He's going to have to save it, but it's an easy one. That was the easiest save he'll ever do. Just needed to tap the throttle. Checking to make sure the truck is okay, and it is, as he's still got 22 seconds left. Gotta hit the backflip, though. Going full speed for the backflip. Big backflip there. 15 seconds left. It's gonna be close between this and Velociraptor. He's gonna fall. Oh my God, full send off the jammer. Whoa! Well, he just took Shaker and blew it up. And that was the craziest way to end that run possible. I think we're going to have a close one on our hands. You know Ryan Disharoon wanted that overall. He knew what he needed to do, and he did it. The question is, will the judges give him the top spot? I think it's pretty close. That was a wild save. The backflip was a big backflip. That was the biggest backflip of the night. But this move at the end here, he decided he was going to put his life on the line. This is a risky jump. He could have very well died on this hit. I mean, we don't know. Ryan Disharoon may or may not be dead in the truck right now. That hit was so hard. But this is Beam Monster Jam, so thankfully he'll respawn, and that's all that matters. So we'll see if it's enough. There's your score to beat. It's going to be close. I really think this is close. It's enough! 9.704. And with that number, it also allows more room between him and Monster Mutt. We might have a shaker overall at the end of the night. So take that, all of you zombie fanboys, because Shaker is here to play! The problem for Ryan Disharoon, there are not many trucks left, but one of them, that's all it takes. One of them to get in between him and Monster Mutt, and that will secure the win for Shaker. Will it be Linsey, Weenk, and the Lucas Oil Crusader? The final Lucas Oil truck in Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis. This truck has been dialed in and had an amazing skills run. He was your skills winner tonight, so Linsey Weenk has to be feeling really good about where he stands entering this competition. It'll be pretty unlikely that he wins the overall event championship here tonight, but he certainly made a statement in his debut appearance on the channel. So far, typical Linsey Weenk run. He's being slow and steady, but the problem is that is not going to seal the deal. However, that might help out Ryan Disharoon. Ryan Disharoon just wants him to beat Monster Mutt, not Shaker, so that'll be interesting to see if this run can be better than what Monster Mutt did and possibly overtake him. 60 seconds left, and he is certainly picking it up a little bit more and a lot of room to get a little bit more wild. This is a very classic Linsey Weenk run. This is how Linsey Weenk drove to a T. I love that. Got to give a little shout out to whoever drove the truck, because this is some realistic stuff right here. So Linsey Weenk having a really good run with 40 seconds left. Linsey always typically pretty good for a backflip as well. Oh, he's going to throw in a stoppie. Linsey Weenk, the stoppie man, apparently. It's really funny to see Linsey Weenk become the stoppie man. I find it really hilarious. He's having a good run. 22 seconds left. He's getting a little bit wild, too. This is really on par with Monster Mutt. I'd say a little bit of a wow moment, and he might be able to give Shaker that overall event championship, which would be just crazy. But I love it. I love the overall points challenges. 5 seconds left. This is going to be it for him. Good backflip. Oh, no! He bounced it off the rear tailgate. He was full throttle the whole way, and he ends up on his lid. The issue is that might cost him the number he needed to be able to overtake Monster Mutt. So we'll see what that number ends up being. Monster Mutt was in the high 9.4s. So it really needs to be a 9.5 or above in order for Crusader to be able to do it and to be able to give Shaker that overall event championship. That's really all I'm thinking about right now is overall event points are really interesting. I love driving that story because that is what they're all here for. They're all here to take home that overall event championship trophy. Flipping over the Crusader here. So this is a big score to come. I don't think it's going to be enough to take the lead, but let's see where it places. 9.410 is not enough. It needed to take third place in order to overtake Monster Mutt. So that's interesting. It came close, but not quite. Shaker needs some of these last few drivers to do it. I think there's only 2 left. I know we have the current driver, Camden Murphy, in Bakugan Dragonoid, as well as Gravedigger, and I don't think there's anyone else. But if anyone is going to be able to get that high score and really help out Mr. Disharoon, it's one of these 2 guys. The question is, will they be able to be good enough and not overtake him? Because both of them want to win that overall event championship. They're not here to help out Ryan Disharoon. They're here to win a freestyle competition. We'll see if Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid can do just that. One of the best freestylers in the sport. He does have a freestyle win. It came back in New Orleans, and he is flying already. This Dragonoid knows how to fly. Lucas Oil Stadium has had itself a fascinating event so far. It's only had a couple wow moments, though. This has not been in terms of content and in terms of wow moments, not been the greatest of events, but we've got a nice storyline going here. And like I mentioned earlier, I love the production of this event. That's obviously really, really awesome. And I want to see these last 2 guys go really, really big. He's completed the 30 seconds right now, so he has qualified for a score. Let's see if Camden Murphy can in fact seal the deal and grab himself a freestyle win, or if he'll make those overall points even more interesting. He's having a good run, and I think the 2 things you have to compare to, there's only 2 freestyles I'm trying to think of right now that matter. It's Monster Mutt and Shaker. Is this better than Shaker to this point? No. Is it better than Monster Mutt to this point? Now? Yeah, it has. That little stoppie, it feels like we're a lot further into the run too, but we're only halfway done, so there's a lot of room left for Dragonoid to go big. Going for that step up, and that thing has been sending you all night long. Full-blown sky wheel. It's like a high jump competition when you hit that ramp tonight. Backside of the racing lane at full speed, that's not something you see every day, but I like it. Changing it up, getting that fast-paced energy in there. Going for the Chevelles, full send. My goodness, oh my, he's in a bit of a weird spot. Gotta have to save it. It didn't look too difficult, but that would have ended his run if he wasn't a great driver. 18 seconds left. Going for the backflip. What is he setting up for? Looks like he's setting up for the moonwalk. You could tell just the way he approached it. He did it well. He's got 1 move left. Going full speed. Big air. That is his time. That is it. Nothing else will count for scores. It's just for the fans. Going huge here, and I love that he's throwing in a little encore for the fans here in Indianapolis. This is old school monster jamming right now. And he is going to park it on top of the Chevelles. What a great run from Camden Murphy. However, like I said, you've got to compare it to 2 runs. Monster Mutt and Shaker. That was not better than the Shaker run, but it was better than Monster Mutt and Maya. So to me, that should be enough to wedge between Monster Mutt and Shaker and give Shaker that overall event championship mathematically. We will see what the number is. The judges have a really big decision here. I don't know if they realize the weight of this decision they are about to make. This run has to finish in 3rd place or 2nd place currently right now in order for him to give that win to Shaker. A lot of highlights in this run too. Camden certainly, that was just a textbook Camden Murphy run. That was a textbook mid-9s freestyle. There's your score to beat. Now the other thing is maybe they'll even give him that new lead. I don't think it should though. And it's 2nd place, 9.661. So you know what that means? Camden Murphy just won the overall event championship for Ryan Disharoon, which is, you know what? I've been talking about it all night long. The Charlie Pauken fanboys tried their best, but they've been defeated. We have defeated the Monster Mutt fanboys, and Shaker mathematically will be your overall event champion. However, that does not mean the competition is over, folks. There is one truck left, and it's Tyler Menninga, one of the baddest men to ever do it in the Gravedigger. Tyler Menninga has one win in every single competition, but no more than one. And it's going to take a really great freestyle to beat Shaker today. Shaker had the nice save. He had the full momentum throughout the entire run, and he had that wild, crazy crash that probably killed him at the end of the run. We'll see if Gravedigger can dig Ryan Disharoon's second grave of the day by winning freestyle. Now, Ryan Disharoon's got to be feeling good, though, because he's already won the overall event championship. It doesn't matter to him if he goes on to win freestyle, but you know he would love to take home 2 trophies, especially because he finished in second in racing. Oh no, Gravedigger flipping over. Tyler Menninga, can he save it? The precision, the skill. Oh no, he's on the other side now. Oh gosh, this is a problem on one wheel. Oh my goodness, when is it gonna end? How in the world did he save that? That was like a 20-second sidewall save on 3 different sides. In real life, he would have been RII'd way sooner than that, but honestly, this is a video game. It deserves to be given the chance. Nice air off the Chevelles. I love that I get to use a different name for an obstacle today, because normally it's just, there he goes hitting the ramp. Whoa, bouncing on one wheel on a pogo stick. Leave it to Tyler Menninga to do a pogo stick move here in freestyle. BeamNG Monster Jam, you can see it all here today. We witnessed a man die in freestyle and come back to life, but can Tyler Menninga dig his grave again? We'll see. He's got 24 seconds left, and of course he's going to throw in a little stoppy because that's just how Tyler Menninga rides, and honestly, so far, this has been the best run of the night. But the issue is he needs to finish strong, and he needs to do a backflip. There's been no backflip in this run yet, and I think that's going to be his last move. It's going to be tight. These points are going to be really close. He hits the backflip. Oh, no! Not only did he fail the backflip, he failed the backflip at the end of the run and hit it so hard it didn't even look good. I gotta say, if I had to give you one winner right now, it's Shaker. I think that run was a little bit better. He finished on all 4s, and albeit dead, Ryan Disharoon still had a great run. There's the score to beat, the score for Gravedigger. Not enough! 9.639, and the judges did it right! Congratulations! The judges have redeemed themselves. I'm so proud of you guys. Well, maybe you just threw out the old judges and brought in new ones. But still, at the end of the day, the judges got it right. The Monster Mutt Fanboy Club was replaced, and we ended up getting some good judging. And that's the end of freestyle. Ryan Disharoon and Shaker. He needed to win freestyle, and he did. He got the victory with a banger of a run. He literally died right here. Death. Boom. I mean, that is death, but thankfully he can respawn because it's not real. And that's all that matters. And at the end of the day, Shaker, Ryan Disharoon pulls out a big victory in the overall event championship, as I was talking about all night long. By 1 point, he outlasts Monster Mutt. And coming in 3rd place was Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger, but look at Linsey Weenk coming in 4th place in his debut event by winning the 2-wheel skills competition. A great night for him. Zombie had 22, Dragonoid 20, Stabilizer with 19, Soldier Fortune with 18, Velociraptor with 17, Captain America with 10, Bad Company with 9, and Monster Mutt Dalmatian with 6. That's going to do it here for us in Indianapolis. What a night, what an event. Thank you to all of you for the incredible support on this channel. It has been so seen and so appreciated. We all appreciate you, from myself and everyone behind the scenes here at Beam Monster Jam. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all in the next one.